Okay. Here we go. Okay. I think this is good. Okay. All right. We are up and going. Let's see here. Where is... the way I like to do it, Jess, is I like to check on my phone. Like, I like to go into my phone. I like to see the stream happening there. Oh, it looks good? Okay. Yeah, your camera is... What the fuck am I even looking at? Why is it like that? Okay, then I will adjust. Oh, it's definitely... It's taking the wrong... If I close this out... Oh, you know why? I need to refresh it. For some reason, like, it's, like, stuck on the old... There we go. There we go! Alright, we are in. Holy moly, everyone. YouTube doesn't make it easy. Hi, hello. Welcome to a Trans Lifeline stream. Trans Lifeline streams will continue until morale improves. The world is a fucking awful place, but we're all in it together. We're all going to be here for one another. I am joined today by my good friend and Monster Hunter Pro, Jesse Vitelli. Jesse, how are you today? Yeah, dude, coaching is exactly the name and the name of the game, because I am a Monster Hunter noob. All right, I tried to give you a little history, a little background. Jumped into Worlds back in the day and was so fucking overwhelmed by what that game was doing. And when the Wilds reviews came out, I was initially going to skip because I thought that, like, I mean, Assassin's Creed was meant to be coming out around the same time as well, and like February was originally like a lot more of a mess of releases. Not to say that it wasn't, but yeah, and then I saw the glowing reviews for Wild, and then I heard, oh, there's so much less friction in the game, which was music to my ears. That being said, I've tried to play it. I put in a couple of hours, got through the first couple of opening missions, and I'm still very overwhelmed here. But hopefully after today's stream, we will be much closer to your level of Monster Hunter expertise. Yeah. We got some time. Speaking of time, the time is to donate. It's donate time, okay? It's donate time. So we're raising money for Trans Lifeline. Trans Lifeline is an incredible organization that does a bunch of things for trans people. They are one of the kind of leaders, one of the few leaders remaining, unfortunately, in this very bleak world that we live in, helping support trans people. And, you know, I kind of decided, you know, with the mess of everything that's going on, some advice that I saw was, you know, focus on just a couple of things. Like, you're not going to be able to fix everything. Like, what can you do within your power to help fix the world? And this is something I think that's very near and dear to my heart. I know Jesse's heart. A lot of people that are going to be tuning into the stream, this is going to affect you guys. So please consider donating. You can hit !donate in the chat. That's going to bring up the donation link. There's a link in the description of the in the description of the stream as well. You can go there, you can click on that, you can make a donation there. And we've got a very small goal today, $180. That's $1 a minute for how long the stream is going to go. I think we can hit that. It's going to go for 3 hours, and if by 3 p.m. Eastern Time, noon Pacific, we have raised, we've beaten that goal, me and Jesse will go for another hour as well and go till 4 p.m. Eastern. So with that said, please consider, if you're watching, type in !donate in the chat. You know, even I'm going to do it myself just to make sure it does work. Because Streamlabs should be, see, Streamlabs, oh no, it did, there it is, okay, it takes a little time, but there we go. Awesome. So there's the donation link. So yes, it's there for you. Please consider donating. We would love to have the support, but Jesse, you need something from me in order, okay, I'm on the start screen here. Let's go into the game. I'm on the start game. Okay, I'm hitting start game. No, not a problem. So, we have here recommended lobby search, private lobby, online single player. Okay. We'll do online single player just because I don't want to have like a million palicos and shit running around my fucking thing. Oh, sure, I'm sure.
We should prepare properly before heading to a new area. Gemma and Nata said they'll catch up.
Alright, I'm going to, before I get into anywhere. Okay, I don't need tooltips anymore. I've got Jesse to explain what's happening in this game. Let me just crank down the settings here, because since we're streaming this game, it's gonna be like, oh, you think you can run those extra high graphic settings? Think again. All right, we're gonna put ray tracing on low. We'll set textures to high. Texture filter and quality will knock down to a X8. I think everything else can probably stay the same. Yeah, cool. We're locked in at 60 plus settings here, so this is great. Okay, I'm in my camp. You need my player ID. Okay, Hunter profile. And that. Oh, I see. Yep, Hunter profile. I am, yes. Oh, click on right stick. Okay, it is W. Sure. All good. It is W 5 4 L H 6 F L. I know, I chose it myself. Should I back out of my... I backed out of the... Oh, young Elmer, there we go. Details. That's interesting. So you're not going to like magically appear right here in camp. Okay.
Well, what can I do for you?
Gotcha. Frictionless is what I read in these reviews, Jesse. Yeah. It gave me a notification that said as much. Oh, but I'm gonna. Hell yeah. Okay. So there we go. No, I'm in camp right now. Should I? Yes. Yeah, I'm in the base camp. Yeah. Very early, I have to head toward the forest is my current objective. The guy was like, yo, there's a forest. The Yasai was like, there's a forest. And we're like, shit, there's a forest here? And then, yeah, that's where I'm at, yeah. We just got back from visiting, okay, cool. My main goal is to learn as much as possible. I have a lot of questions that will come up as we go, but whatever path you think, like if you want to just do like hunting quests and you think that's the best way to learn, I'm down for that. But if we can progress in the story, that I guess would be optimal. But I'm more focused on learning the game than necessarily making any progress in the campaign. Yeah. Okay. I did. Okay. So it says cannot join environmentally because the necessary conditions were not met. I was afraid. Yes. Okay. Uh-huh. So I'm in the communication tab. Oh, I see. Link party. All good, all good. I do have that option, yes. Hit that. Further, sure, makes sense. Yep. Makes sense. That does make sense. Oh, young Elmo. Oh, wow. Look at you. Holy moly. Oh, you're rocking the sword and shield as well. Okay. I mean, I'm still dabbling. I went through all of them in the training area, and I found that, firstly, I think one of my biggest points of confusion. Oh, Cam Koenig says we cannot hear Jesse. Interesting. That's showing me that they should be able to hear you. And like when you speak in OBS, it comes up like your audio is here. Oh, This is why. Okay, speak, Jess.
Yeah, what's going on? Hello, hello, hello.
Cam, can you just confirm that I did that? I had you turned off in track 1. Beautiful.
Cam says fixed.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you for joining us, Cam, and thank you for bringing up that mistake. Streaming never gets easier.
Yeah, audio is always the problem.
It's
no matter how many times, no matter how many times you fix it, it breaks again.
Always the problem. Okay, so yeah, I went into the training area. I tried everything. I felt like the Sword and Shield was offering me like a good mix of speed and like attack power, as well as when it brought up the combos, I was like, oh, well, the combos for this, or the basic combos, are just like mash Y, mash B. And I think that that's where, and I understand it's probably a very deep system, the combat, but like, I'm like, well, what is Y? Is that my heavy? Is B my basic? Like, what is the, and like how to combo, how to like most effectively like attack, because I'm just mashing when I'm coming up against these monsters,
right,
dude.
So the thing I'll talk about the Sword and Shield is that it is like pretty universally kind of considered like the good beginner weapon, because it is sort of, I don't necessarily want to use the word basic, because like you said, there are like some systems there, but I think it's like the most straightforward. It is like triangle, you are going to hit with your sword; circle, you are going to hit with your shield primarily.
Okay.
And so I think that the cool thing about the Sword and Shield in this game is that it's like very mobile. It offers you a lot of options. Like you can guard, you can sort of go on the offensive, you can move around. It's got a lot of like sliding options. I think it's like a really good weapon to sort of learn base Monster Hunter on. I think there are other simple weapons if you find yourself down the line like not really loving the Sword and Shield. There are other weapons for you that I think offer a similar approach. The cool thing about the Sword and Shield is basically the shield is really good for bonking the monsters on the head and stunning them. So if you get some good bonks on the head, you can knock them over, knock them back, do a bunch of stuff. And then the sword is really good for like cutting off tails and doing like the actual like cutting, severing of the monsters, if you will. So we will.
Okay, cool. So I'll stick with this one for a bit. That's good to know that it's probably a good thing for me to utilize, I guess. And then in terms of because I think I just unlocked a second weapon.
Yeah.
What would be like a good, I guess, companion weapon?
So I think if you're trying to stay simple or straightforward, I think you can't go wrong with the hammer. I think the hammer is a pretty
cool.
straightforward option, because that's just charge up and hit monster on head, just bonk as hard as you can.
Do I go into my tent to change my equipment? Yeah.
So you can change your equipment there, and you can set your secondary weapon in the tent. But on the field, or like even in camp, to change to your secondary weapon, you just hit right on the D-pad. Your sacred will come over, pick you up, and then your character will like automatically swap to their secondary weapon.
Hell yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, if I go to the smithy, she should be able to like make a better version of the
if you have the required materials, so you'll automatically start with the Hope Hammer 1.
Yeah.
Which the game gives you one of every weapon, so you have the hope version of every weapon. And for right now, honestly, that's not that'll do you just fine.
Okay, cool.
But the goal obviously is to start getting stuff. But since we're in an environment link now, we can go out into the Windward Plains and just we'll have the same map. We'll be together. We can like hunt some monsters without having to like go back to camp and stuff. So this is a good way to like roam around and fight some stuff and like get a feel for things and sort of.
So do you think the best thing for us to do is just run out, fucking hunt some stuff? Should I pick up some? I know that Alma has quests, right? Or
yeah, I mean we could do those too. Like it really is up to you, however you want to go about it. We could do a couple monsters here, and then like you can ask some questions. We can sort of hunt some stuff. You can learn some stuff, and then we can move on to what'll happen is we'll disband the environment link. You'll go into the next story quest. It'll take you to the forest, and then like we'll stay in the link party. So basically, as soon as you start the quest, I'll be able to join you, and then we'll do the quest. And then when the monster is hunted, I will like be teleported back to my world, and then the next quest you pick up, I'll be able to jump back in, and we can kind of go from there.
Okay.
I think it's probably the best plan of attack for now.
All right, I love that.
So looking at the map right now, we have Kamatrice roaming around. We got a Chotacabra.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So another cool thing is if you open up your map and hit triangle to get... No, I'm sorry, don't hit triangle. Open up the map and hit square. Or B or not B or
active monsters.
X, whatever. It'll show you what's roaming around right now. That'll tell you their strength. Yeah, so any of these calling out to you? You feel strongly about any of these guys?
The Kamatrice I fought, that's the one with the big tail.
Yeah.
I felt the Chotacabra, which is like I think the first thing you fight in like that opening mission, I felt so bad at the end because it's just like lying on its back, like flailing around, and it's like, all right, now execute this thing. And I'm like, okay. Let's do a Balahara because I don't think I've fought this yet.
Yeah, so if you click X or A on it, we can set waypoint to it. That works too.
Yeah, because
honestly, there's a couple different ways.
When I hit A, it brings up its like information.
Oh, it doesn't say like set field survey or anything like that. You may not have unlocked that part of it yet.
I don't. Yeah. No,
okay. Yeah.
Just confirmed. Just brings up monster field guide. But I
did.
Okay. I've marked it for the waypoint as well.
Does that mark it for me as well? I think it does. Which one? The first one or the second one did you click on?
They seem... I think it's a bug because when I... Unless there's two there, like I
think there's two there, but they're directly on top of each other.
Yeah, that's what I think's happening too.
Okay. I'll follow you.
My thing is going so fast. All right, hang on. Slow down. I want to pick up all of this loot.
Okay, so think about picking up loot. A hot tip. If you hit left trigger or whatever, and you have like your little aiming reticle, you can grab whatever you want by hitting right trigger and using your claw. Is that what? Why is it not doing it? Oh, I'm sorry, hitting circle or B. Yeah.
So this one I got down. I feel So
do you know about using the D-pad? So if you have a lot of things on your screen on the left side, you see how you can see like all the materials that are in an area as you kind of go past them.
Oh, is that what's happening? Okay.
Yeah. So if you could cycle through them with the D-pad when they're on your screen, and then just hit circle from there, and it'll automatically like go target the thing and rip it to you.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a really easy way to be like, oh, there's a lot of things here, but I actually only want this one specific thing. Let me just.
So what do I do on the D?
Up and down on the D-pad will cycle through when you're holding left trigger down.
When I'm holding left. Oh.
Yeah, it'll cycle through the.
That's much easier than trying to aim. Okay, now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, sweet. I'm gonna pick up some dung. That's much easier because like I have to go slow because I cannot aim. Like my fucking secret is running around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Cam and chat, huge, taking notes. This is why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
This is why we're doing this, baby.
There's gonna be a lot of information coming at you, but it is all pretty useful.
This is it right here. I'm by it.
Yeah, that's the Balahara. So another fun thing you could do is if you hit X while you're riding your sacred, you will jump off the sacred, and so you can use it to like jump off and then try and land on the monster. So like if you hit triangle in the air, you'll do like an attack. So like, yeah, sneak attack is also huge. If you can get that off, you can do like some really yeah,
is there okay, so I should hold this on the
yeah, so bonking on the bonking on the head of the shield is really good. A really good combo for the sword and shield, which definitely takes some getting used to, is if you hold left trigger, you go into like what they call focus mode, and you get the reticle that helps you aim a little bit better. It gives you a little more agency over where your hits are going to land. So if you have that up and then you hit back in circle at the same time, you'll do like a back step and then kind of run forward.
Back on the thumbstick, so pull back.
Yeah, like pull back and circle at the same, or B at the same time.
Yeah. It's like a
shoot.
back sword.
Yeah, and then if you hit triangle at the same exact time, like back step, and then as you back step, hit Y. Yeah, or just Y when you do that. You will. Sorry, how am I supposed to do that?
Dude, it's all good.
You will do like what they call a looping slash.
And then a Y after.
Yeah, basically as soon as you land from that back step, like your feet hit the ground again, if you hit Y, you should do like a leaping slash. I think that was the Palico might have done that for you. But so if you get that, and then you follow it up with another triangle or Y, you will do what's called a perfect rush, and it will do like a bunch of just hits all at once. And then from there, if you hit triangle again, or Y again, you will leap into the air. And so there's like a really good combo there. Because when you're in the air, then you can hit triangle or circle B to do like a falling slash.
I'm fucking hit. Okay, so back and then just spamming Y after that essentially.
Basically, yeah.
Thank you, Cam. Thanks for keeping me honest. All right, here we go. Should I be laying traps, or do you think just
traps? You don't need to worry about yet. Okay. I would say they're
focus on doing damage.
Yeah, because what traps will do is like one, it'll like stun the monster for a little bit, which is great. But traps are primarily used to capture the monster instead of killing it, and I don't particularly know what the benefit in this game is to capturing a monster, because in World it was like, and Rise it was like you capture them to bring them to the arena, and then that lets you like fight them again for more rewards. And like there's like kind of this, I think, slight misconception that you get more rewards from capturing a monster. Also, Tom, if you come back over here for a second.
Oh, the tail, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
We cut the tail off so we can get a free carve, get some additional goodies.
I love that.
Yeah, and so then now the monster will obviously just kind of. Wait, what am I carving over here?
Yeah, this seems to be. He dropped he dropped some bits here as well.
Yeah. The monster you'll chase the monster back to sometimes its nest, sometimes just another spot it has decided that it wants to go hang out in.
All right, cool. And now, okay, so for this next chunk of the fight, I'm gonna use the hammer.
All right.
There to go. So
the hammer's got its own sort of deal. You're gonna charge it up. You're gonna hold it up. Well, R2 to like. Where did this guy go?
He's over here. I'm fighting him right now.
Where did you go? How did I lose everybody? We were not. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I see him. Yeah. So the hammer you can charge up with R2 to do some pretty gnarly damage.
Okay. Damn, I missed. Oh, but not while holding down left trigger, because that.
Yeah, that'll change it. So you can charge up the hammer, and you can use, I believe, a circle while holding R2 to do like a little bit of a sidestep. Like you get like a little bit.
Yeah.
You get some mobility
so I can
on
still
that.
Do some dodging.
Oh, this guy's. Yeah, he left.
That was quick, I feel, but okay.
I may have done like a little too much damage to him with my SAED.
Dude, the whole D-pad item pick thing is like a lifesaver. Holy smokes. That's great.
Where is this guy? So I don't have him marked, so I'm just kind of trying
Okay,
to
he's
where,
up to the left, yeah.
I'm following you. You're the leader on this one.
We're going through here. And he's dead ahead.
Oh, I see him. All right, yeah. So try to like jump off and then hit triangle in the air. Yeah, there we go.
Nice. Now we're hunting monsters.
That's free damage.
It's free real estate.
Yeah, he's got a wound. Oh, he had a wound.
Man, imagine getting hit in the jaw with this thing.
Yeah, it's pretty real. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, you just spit on me. Yeah, and the hammer's got some pretty basic combos, like your like triangle, your circle, and then like obviously the big charge ups are like really powerful.
Oh, the bugs. Get off of me, scum. These ones I have no pity for. These fucking bugs.
Oh yeah, no need to.
Like, I don't care if I fucking make your whole species extinct. I do not like you.
All right, so now this guy's trying to get away from us
again. Okay. And is it random, like how often they There's gonna be no set pattern, right? Like how much they flee, or?
I have found that some specific monsters, like the Balahara and some of the later ones, like will flee more often than not.
Okay.
Interesting. And like most of the time, they'll kind of go to the same like respective areas. Like every monster kind of has like a nest. And a lot of the times they will just go back to their nest. Like I think that's where he's going right now. If he goes down this tunnel, or if he's just gonna stay here. Okay.
I love that.
Hit him on the head.
Bonk. Cam says, "Yeah, the gathering ship just changed my life." That's what we do here. We change lives. And speaking of changing lives, if you're tuning in right now, Jesse is walking us through Monster Hunter, getting me caught up on what the heck I'm meant to be doing in this game. And I've already learned so much. I can't imagine where I'm going to be by the end of our time here. But if you would like to, please consider donating to Trans Lifeline. There is a link in the description. You can hit !donate in the chat. And that will bring up a link, the link as well. And yeah, we're just trying to, show our allyship to our trans friends and also support a good organization. Because trans people, shocker, Jesse, I know that this is a controversial statement, but trans people deserve the right to exist.
And that's what I'm hearing.
That's the scuttlebutt. Oh, let me get this. Oh, he's got wounds up the wazoo. Fuck yeah. I mean, I can see when they writhe and stuff, like, I feel kind of bad about it.
I mean, we kind of like are the bad guys. Oh, yeah, I think he's dead.
Cool.
We got him.
Okay.
I mean, humans are the real monster in this game, you know?
I mean, don't need to tell me twice. Okay, there we go. Finally, the carcass thing. There we go.
So the cool thing about the environment link is it doesn't kick us out once we finish fighting a monster. Okay. Like we're able to chill, fight another monster, go back to base camp. As long as we don't leave the windward plains.
Gotcha.
As you unlock more zones, like obviously you'll have.
Okay, so it isn't like an open zone situation.
No. Well, yeah, it's like an open. We have open zones, and then you can kind of move through the other zones like pretty quickly. Like they're all connected. So like as you unlock them, there will be like a place to go to like move to the next area, and it'll just do like a quick transition screen. But for the sake of the environment link, it does not carry over between the zones. So we would just have to make like a new environment link when
Okay,
you go to. So another thing I don't think I taught you before this hunt. The game does teach you, but like it is important to eat in this game.
Yes, yes.
Eating is very important.
So I guess I should make the best thing to do would be to pull out the grill. Let's
Yeah,
do
you
some
could you
grilling.
could you could do some grilling if you got some meat on you to grill.
I got meat.
That's what I'm talking about.
How do I get off my thing? Oh, dismount is A. Okay,
All right,
cool.
come here though. We'll go to the good spot. We'll go to the Oasis.
Oh,
Actually, no, we're not.
oh.
We're not going to go to the Oasis. I lied because the
Okay.
Camatrice is just chilling there.
Is he? Where is he? Oh, yeah, he is.
And he's on the other side.
He seems stuck.
Yeah, he gets stuck on that tree a lot. Yeah, we can chill over here and grill some meat.
I love that. I love that.
Do I have my barbecue on me?
Now, when I'm running around and grabbing, I'm trying to grab as much as possible. But are there specific things that I should be snatching up that are like, if you see this, grab it? Like, you're gonna want a lot of this.
So something you'll kind of always want is herbs and honey.
Okay. Cool.
Because an herb will make a potion, and honey and an herb will make a mega potion. So there's just like stuff that you will constantly kind of be using.
Okay.
Because like obviously you're going to be healing all the time, and like it just is good to have. But primarily, I kind of go for, if I have the opportunity to grab something, I will grab it because you kind of never know what you're going to need particularly.
Okay.
But I do think that like herbs and honey are like really good ones to always look out for. Mining outcrops and bone piles, you won't be able to grab with the hook. You'll have to go over to them manually and get them. But that's where you're going to get like your ore and your bones for like weapon and armor. So if you see any of those on the screen, those are definitely worth stopping for.
Okay.
And then everything else is kind of just like you just grab and you'll have like an abundance of. And as you start to like, how many, like, are you doing a lot of traps? Like, are you doing a lot of like shooting dung pods to like make monsters go away? Or
so it'll be based on that. The other options will be based more on like what my play style, I guess.
Yeah. And as you start to craft more things, you'll start to kind of just see naturally like, oh, I actually really like using demon powder to like up my attack in a fight. So I want to make sure I grab these specific things, or
Okay, good to know. All right, I'm going to. I have plenty of well done steak, but I do want to learn. Oh, I just used a potion. That was silly. Oh no, I did it again.
Yeah, that happened.
Portable barbecue. Let's do a little grilling because I haven't done this yet, and it would be good to know. So grill. Okay, grill meat. Keep an eye on the char of the meat. Okay, so the meat grill is just for basic.
You can cook a full meal on it if you have the ingredients on you.
Let's see. Recommended
You have rations
meal.
on you. Oh, the Balahar is here and is mad at us.
Oh, what?
Okay.
All right. Well, you know what? He's like, you killed my brother.
This is what happens when you try to cook in the wild.
All right. Well. All right. I'm back to sword and shield, so I'm going to. Nice. Okay. And
everybody just wants to go to the Oasis.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, I do have a lock on, but it just recenters my camera. It's not like I'm not locked onto the monster.
With what are you hitting to do that?
Like right thumbstick, like a lock on camera.
Oh yeah, it just kind of
recenters
the monster. Yeah, there's not many lock-ons in this game, if any. Yeah. Don't hit me, like you.
Where did you go?
Oh, it's in a turf war with the king trees.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna see some fighting going on.
We're gonna see some shit right now. That's awesome. We do love a sequel, Cam. Exactly. Oh, and Cam, thank you so much for your donation. Very much.
Oh, thank you, Cam.
Yeah. Let them fight indeed. Wow. Okay, can we get up on this like rocky outcrop and cook? Well, oh no, he's back. He's back. He's back. Us. All right, never mind.
Oh my god, this thing's roaring, running around. Come back here. Oh my god, I can't hit this thing to save my life right now. I think it's got a wound on its mouth.
Oh, it's got a wound on its mouth. Okay. Let me get to the... Oh. Oh!
Yeah, this thing loves to do that.
Okay. Ew, like shit in his mouth. That was gross.
Yeah, this thing is slimy and gnarly looking. Makes cool armor though.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that's like a big thing that I need to like understand.
Oh, we'll get into it. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh, I feel it. I feel it.
All right, he's on his way somewhere else.
Should we continue? Okay, cool.
I mean, we could. You wanna? If you wanna cook, but now's the time.
No, screw it. This guy pissed me off. If I'm being honest, so we're going. Oh, I missed the jumping slash. Oh, he got. Oh.
He's just doing something.
Oh no, the corpse of his friend.
Oh, he's upset.
He's like super, yeah.
He was gonna come up, I think, and try to attack us, and got sad and
Like,
started
alone.
leaving.
Well, too late, bud. You picked a fight with the wrong hunters.
Oh, you mounted the monster. All
Oh,
right.
sweet. Okay,
So,
that's
yeah,
how
if you
you
hit-
mount is like an automatic.
Yeah, you want like some sort of aerial. So
brace,
you can move
brace.
around on the monster.
Yeah.
So if you like hit up,
but
you'll
I
go
got a
closer to the
wound.
head. Yeah. So if you have a wound and you hit R1, you will do your.
There we go. Oh, we're fucking going, baby.
Yeah, then you'll get a free topple.
Oh.
He's got some wounds on him.
Oh, he's got a mouth wound. Yeah, like a neck wound.
Bro, he went up on the spire here. So if we.
Oh, wait. Is that another one? Oh, motherfuck. There's two.
Oh no. Okay.
Is that, are we screwed?
No, we're not screwed.
Okay. Okay.
Just definitely a little more than we initially.
Oh my god, that's awesome though. Like, I'm stressing, but it's pretty cool.
Okay, so I think I'm actually going to switch to my other weapon for this, because I don't know the charge blade super well. And my bird can't get to me. There we go. Okay, give me the sword and shield back.
Ah! Oh, I should have a little taste of something.
Yeah, these can also inflict like a stamina decrease, which is very annoying. So if you ever see your stamina bar glowing blue, you're basically going to like lose stamina in the process.
Okay, gotcha.
I think eating a null berry will fix that. I don't remember off the top of my head. So if you hold R1 or RB in this case, or is it L? I'm sorry, it's LB. No,
It'll bring up
the wheel with
menu,
yeah, and so you can use like an optional, like an optimal health recovery or an optimal status recovery. Those are really good to use. The status recovery is like really great because sometimes it's just like annoying to try and remember what the exact item that you may or may not have in your inventory is which one's gonna fix the current thing you have on you. So I like to use that one a lot.
Two of these guys is...
Okay, I took the tail off one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, this is some pro shit going on right now. So if you if you can survive this, you can survive just about anything.
Okay.
Fighting two monsters at the same time is like a Monster Hunter trick of like, oh, here's some difficult stuff.
Yeah. Why is his... My attacks aren't doing anything against this guy.
Are you?
They're just like
what's
bouncing off of him. Oh,
is your
now
durability low?
Oh, whetstone. Yeah, whetstone time.
You can whetstone while on the bird. So if you hit up on the D-pad to call the bird and then whetstone, it'll give you like some more mobility instead of having to stand still and do it. So that's like a really good useful.
Coming back. Where are we? Oh, yep, there's a wound. Oh no, that's a healed over wound.
Oh, he's going somewhere. Oh, no, he's just going underground. Just bopping around.
He is. It's
oh,
underground.
okay, alright. Just gonna do it one more time.
Nice. I think he has a wound by his... Oh, no. I'm slimed. Don't worry about me. Worry about the guy that's on your back. Nice. Big hits, big hits. Ah, the NYPD.
Yeah. Just running down the block for some reason.
What was it? It was right. Is it right trigger and B is the step back? Yeah. Oh, and pull back.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so you do that and then the
Perfect
triangle.
rush.
Yeah, we're both doing it and then hit it triangle again. You'll launch up into the air when it's done. And then you could do some cool stuff out of there.
Oh, I have to hold right bumper first and do it. Alright, right bumper. Back attack now. Oh, there is a wound right there. Perfect. Oh, and there's a wound right there as well.
Is he leaving? No, he's out of here.
Oh yeah. All right. We're gonna finish him right here, right now. All right. I feel like this game should have, back in the day when it was like Nintendo Hotline or whatever. Like we need a Monster Hunter. Call in. We're paying people $100,000 Monster Hunter tips.
Oh,
Nice.
so we're
I'm on top of him. Fuck yeah! Stab, stabby, stab.
Oh, I went to the other one. I didn't realize you were
okay.
fighting the other one. Hold on, no, I'm
It's all
coming back to you. We don't gotta fight that one yet. We can let that one chill. Oh yeah, I see you in the distance, just beating the crap out of this thing.
Wailing. Really just like holding on, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, I think we got him.
Good
All
job.
right, you're gonna have so much Balahara material to
craft the armor. Yeah.
Yeah, craft the armor, craft the weapon.
Fuck yeah. So that is how new armor and stuff is crafted, is from the monster parts.
Yeah, so what will happen is for your like first handful of monsters, it'll be kind of straightforward. It'll be like, okay, the Kamatrice and the Balahara need the Balahara stuff. And then as you start to unlock more monsters and start to get further down the trees, you'll notice that some monsters will require monster parts from other monsters. So it'll be like a little bit of a mix and match. They will usually like share some sort of theme, like, oh, these are two like fire monsters. And so like you're building like a fire weapon, and so it'll require like parts from one monster and the other. Yeah, so the flash flies are really good when we're fighting the monster. If it's looking at them,
blind.
it'll blind them. You can eventually you craft like flash pods and stuff that you can shoot at the monster to do similar effects. That's kind of where like picking up a lot of the extra materials and stuff are.
Okay, cool.
Okay, we can cook now. We are no longer interrupted
Yes,
by the.
Let me get these invigor wasps here as well. Okay, good job. Let them cook. It's quite literally, Cam. Quite literally. Okay, portable barbecue grill. So, grill a meal. Let's see, the recommended meal. Cook only with rations, add ingredients, and cook. Oh, I see. If I add the cheese, it's going to extend the duration. Fuck it, let's do it. Kunafa cheese sounds like it's gonna be pretty delicious. Oh, I love all these animations. You know what I mean? Like, this is the shit right here. Look at that. Cheesy fish. Alright, my health is up. My stamina is up. New award obtained. Okay. All right. Sick. All right. Well, I've had a little meal. I guess I should probably also use a whetstone before I.
Yeah. Anytime there's downtime and you can just like
sharpen
your blade, that is always worthwhile. So you've kind of got like the basic foundation of some stuff building right now, which is really 100%. Good.
I feel like I've learned an infinite, like way more than I've ever learned about this game in just like the last hour or whatever we've been playing.
I think it's probably worth to head back to base camp.
Mm-hmm.
So you can take a look at some of the stuff you might be able to craft now and look at, whether that's the armor or if you want to pick up a shiny new weapon if you have enough.
Okay, so can we fast travel or do we need... Okay.
So I fast traveled back to base camp.
Okay, cool. So just open up the map, go over, or is that like...
if you hit left on the D-pad, it should, or right on the D-pad, it should pull up your quick menu, fast travel list. And then as the game progresses, you'll get the ability to put down like pop-up camps around the Windward Plains, and there'll be more spots that you can put them than actual camps you can place them. So you can start to like kind of pick where you want like extra fast travel points and areas that you can go in, cook a meal, swap out your equipment, like sort of basically what the base camp does, but in like a much smaller version of it.
Awesome.
You'll be able to like start putting those down all over the different zones. So yeah, you have an option between a weapon or some armor. Maybe you have enough Balahara stuff to get both. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do it. So talk to the smithy.
Talk to Gemma, yeah.
This little fucking baddie right here.
Big weekend for Gemmas out there. If you're a Severance fan, or if you're
oh shit, I need to watch this week's episode.
Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Okay.
The Gemma's back in the you know what I mean, like the name Gemma's is coming back in a big way.
Are we? What would you recommend I go for first, armor or weapon? Or should I have enough for both in theory?
Let me take a look real quick.
Well, actually, let's do armor because this armor menu I'm very confused by.
Yeah, we can walk through that.
Oh, okay. So, okay. So, would you recommend? So I have Chatakab. Oh no, I have more pieces for the Balahara. So, sick.
So I think that there's two schools of thought, I'll say off the bat, with whether you should complete a set or whether you should mix and match. Okay. I am sort of a mix and match sort of person.
Mm-hmm.
I think that there are benefits to both. I think sometimes it's good to just have the best thing available to you, like whatever the highest number is.
Yes.
But also there are set bonuses for some of the armors that can be useful. In this case, I don't think it particularly matters because we're in what's called low rank. I don't know if you're familiar with these terms. There's low rank and high rank.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and that's like that is the ultimate kind of like once you've beat the game, you're just trying to like rank up, right?
Yeah, so low rank is kind of what you'll be dealing with like pre-credits roll. And that armor doesn't have a lot of the stuff you'll need for like end game and eventual new monsters when they get added and stuff. Like high rank is really where your armor and weapons start to matter more. I think personally in this game, I have not had a lot of friction in the sense of like feeling like I need specific armors or weapons in the ways I have in previous games. But that could change when the title updates come out. That could change when the expansion eventually comes out. It probably will, definitely when the expansion comes out. But for right now, I kind of just go by like what's the biggest number or like what do I think looks the coolest.
Sure.
Until I start hitting a wall in which I feel like my armor is not actually doing much, and then I will go craft new ones. So I think the Balahara armor is like a really good
Starter.
It is really good. It's better than the Chatacabra armor by like quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean stat wise, it seems to be the case. And then, okay, and then there's the circle armor and the diamond armor, or like the, like that. Is it just a difference in aesthetic? It seems like.
So
two,
yes,
yeah.
So it's basically like type A, type B, like
okay.
just a different version.
Okay.
Eventually, when you get to high rank, you will unlock like Balaharmer armor A and Balaharmer armor B, and like it'll be two sets of what you're seeing now, and they will be identical, but like stat wise, they will have some things going on with them. But for the time being, you don't have to worry about any of that. The things I always look at with armor is what is the defense number first and foremost.
Of course, yes.
That's like kind of the number, especially in low rank, that you really only care about.
Yeah.
Obviously, it will change your resistances.
Yes, I'm seeing that.
I wouldn't worry too much about that for the time being, especially as you're going through the story. You don't really know what the next monster you're going to fight is. So you can't really predict like, oh, my thunder resistance is kind of low on this armor. I should not use, like, you don't know. After you start fighting a monster, and if you think you're getting like really clocked over the head with it, then maybe it's like, oh, this is a thunder monster. Like, let me go try and craft some new armor that has better thunder resistance. You can always go and do that, but I don't think particularly for low rank it really matters all too much. I think it's just something to be aware of. Like, oh, you know, armors can have different resistances. Some are better at resisting things than others. It typically kind of goes like, oh, I'm crafting like armor made from a fire monster. It's going to have pretty good fire resistance, but it'll probably have pretty bad water resistance. Just
that makes sense. I'm usually, when it comes to that, especially with RPGs, I'm like, whatever's giving me number, go big. You know, the defense, like, I'm not too concerned about like I play Path of Exile 2, and like a lot of the shit is like, oh, thunder resist, you know, like electricity resistance. Like, I'm like, just give me the big defense number. Like, that's what I'm caring about. All right, well, I built a whole new set, so I'm looking pretty good here. Right, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, you're looking.
I love the fact that it gave me a sword, and this is like, I guess, a ceremonial sword, because it's just like...
Yeah, it's just there for aesthetics.
Now, my question is here, so, as well, in this menu. So, like, for example, if I go into the Forge Upgrade Weapon menu, right, and I pick, thing, there's the weapon tree, right? So those are upgrades that I can make to my, my weapon. That makes sense to me. And it's great because it's like, oh, there's an upgrade list that shows you all your available upgrades.
Correct.
But I don't have any because it's grayed out. That makes sense to me. In the armor list, forge/upgrade armor, this is currently what I'm looking at. Just seems to be making armor, but to actually upgrade it,
upgrading armor is a thing that you will not have to worry about until so much later in the game.
Great.
That ties into the high rank stuff. Upgrading armor is like a different currency, a different system, a different everything. Eventually you will be able to upgrade your armor using something called armor spheres, which again, this is not information you don't really need to know at this point, but like just as like a primer. Basically, armor does not evolve the way a weapon does, right? Like a weapon, like you use monster parts and then it gets like more powerful or it gains like additional abilities or whatever. Like when you upgrade armor, you will use something called armor spheres. They will take like a certain amount of them. It's like a point system. It's like a whole, like I said, it's a whole different can of worms.
Cool.
And it will just increase like the raw stats of your armor.
Right.
Because again, not something you need to know right now, but eventually you will get armor that can have decorations, and those are like gems that you can slot into the armor that give you additional equipment skills and different things that will change sort of the property of the armor. And that all of that stuff they save for high rank, because for low rank, like, it's just get kind of comfortable with learning how to craft armor and seeing sort of the benefits of crafting new armor. And then in high rank, that's when you'll be able to you'll have like more agency over your armor in a way that can be really intimidating. But also, again, I don't think this game pushes back hard enough that you really need to dig into it unless you are like really trying to keep up with all of the new stuff that they will be releasing and the higher difficulty stuff, and sort of like being around for like the post updates.
Awesome.
And then being ready for the eventual expansion that will be like the master rank expansion that they always put out.
Awesome. Okay, that all makes sense. So right now it is just like, once, for the time being, like, this new armor that I crafted, until I want a different set of armor, this is locked. Like, there is no coming back, upgrading it right now. It is just...
Think about your upgrades for armor as crafting just better armor sets as you fight more monsters.
Okay.
You'll be introduced to a new monster. You will fight it. You will get its parts. It will likely be better than the previous monster that you fought.
Awesome. Great. Love it. All right. Well, I'm beefed up. Literally, but I am even bigger than I was before somehow, which is, you know, just like life. So let's do the next thing, man.
I think you're ready to move to your next quest, like your next main quest. So what's going to do is I would just go do that. It'll disband the environment link. It should keep us in the link party though. So you'll do your little like story stuff, and then when you go to fight the monster, it will notify me, and then I will be able to just hop right in and just help you fight that monster.
Sweet.
But it should also give you access to the next area, which is exciting.
Good. Yes, it is exciting. So to find that quest, then, do I talk to Alma? I guess
whenever you're ready.
Environment link.
You can disband it for now. That's
let's
fine.
do that, because I think it's hiding it because we're in.
Oh, it might be.
Yeah, let's do this. Disband environment link. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Oh, Oh, it has a little animation for that as well. Love that.
This game's got an animation for everything. They love their animations over there.
Okay.
Gemma and Nata said they'll catch up.
Okay, so you're gone. Prepare and head to the forest. Before heading to the forest to investigate the Doshugama. Oh, I did some optional quests.
Yeah, you're doing the Doshagama stuff. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna change out my weapon for this fight. What am I feeling? Oh, maybe the bow. Maybe I'll play with the bow a little bit.
Play with that bow. Okay, here we go. Head toward the forest. Where you go? Where are you going? Secret. Okay. So what is your history with this franchise, man? Like, you've been playing it since you could walk, like, or is it more like world was your entry point?
I started playing with Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate.
Is that a 3D? The 3DS
yeah, it is a 3DS one.
Wow.
It's really funny. Like, I barely played my 3DS. Like, barely.
Okay.
I got it when Pokemon X and Y came out.
Okay.
As all good 3DS owners did.
Yeah.
I got the like exclusive like Pokemon Y edition 3DS XL. It was literally like on vacation. Or vacation's a strong word. I was in Albany visiting a friend in college, with a bunch of us were.
That's a college vacation.
It's a college. Honestly, it is a college vacation.
Going to Albany. Everyone cuts their teeth having that college vacation in Albany.
So I went to Albany with like a bunch of friends. Like, it was my friend's 21st birthday. We were going up to the house he was staying in. We were gonna have a big party. And we like went to the mall in the afternoon, and it was the day Pokemon X and Y had like come out. It was like that Friday or whatever.
Yeah.
And we walked into a GameStop, and I was like, "Oh man, I didn't know a new Pokemon game was coming out." Because back there, and I was like kind of it was that weird in between where I wasn't really playing a lot of games, but like I wasn't really keeping up with them either. And I just said, "Oh, I'll buy it." And then I went, "Oh, I don't have a 3DS. I have a DS." And then the guy at GameStop was like, "We got the limited edition Pokemon X and Y 3DSs." And I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Let's do it.
It's my friend's birthday weekend. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's my friend's birthday. I'm gonna buy the 3DS. So I bought a 3DS, and I played literally like Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I think were like the only 3 games I ever played on my 3DS. And so it was like I was like looking for a game to play one day, and I just didn't know what to play, and I'm like looking through the eShop or whatever it was on the 3DS.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, oh, Monster Hunter 4. Like I know this franchise. Like I don't know a lot about it, but like it looks cool. I really like the weapons. Like they look like super cool, and that was like a big thing for me at the time. Was like I want my character to like have like a really cool weapon that like you could upgrade and all this stuff. And everything I was reading was like, this seems like it would be my jam. And I played it for like 20 minutes, and I was like, this sucks. This was the worst thing I ever bought. And then I came back to it like a month or two later, and I got like further in it. I probably put like 4, 5, 6 hours into it, and like I didn't feel like I was getting any better, but I was having a good time. And then I eventually just kind of put it down, stopped. I wasn't playing my 3DS a lot to begin with. And then when World got announced, like at that Sony press conference, whenever it was, back in like 2017 or 18 or whatever, I was like, oh, Monster Hunter's coming to console. Like this will be the time that I'll like, now I'll like really have a chance to play it.
4 was you wet your whistle, but you weren't you weren't fully invested. It wasn't until World where you're like, okay, this is my shit.
World is where I sunk in the hours.
Fuck yeah.
And I put, I did basically everything there was to do in World. I did a lot of the post-launch stuff. The Final Fantasy 14 crossover I did was great. They had some really wild collabs in World. I don't know if you remember a lot of them, but they put like Mr. X in the game from Resident Evil. Like he was in there.
To hunt?
No. He was just like part of like a Resident Evil collaboration they did. Like Dante is in that game. You could like get armor, like literal armor that just makes you Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, okay. So they had crossovers.
Yeah.
Okay.
They did the Final Fantasy crossover where you actually hunt Behemoth, which is like a really, really good fight.
That's sick.
Yeah, they did a lot of cool stuff, and they added a lot of like original monsters like Fatalis and like some really like OG stuff that was just like really, really cool. And then Rise came out, and I reviewed it because at this point now, World came out at a time where I was like not in the industry yet. I was like, kind of just joining.
What year? 2018.
2018, like January 2018. And then by the time Rise rolled around,
7 years ago, kill me.
Yeah. I reviewed it. I was at Prima at the time, so I reviewed Rise and I reviewed Sunbreak, and so I put a ton of time into Rise also. So I was I was ready when Wilds came out.
I would say because I dabbled in Rise as well, because I think I got code for it from wherever at the time I was working, and
why though?
That one actually I felt like I was getting more into. I was able to. I think that game is built to be a bit more accessible than World was, so I remember being like, oh no, I'm getting it now, but still, I have so many questions.
Yeah.
I needed a Jesse in my life at that point. Well, I guess you were still learning then as well, so now it's all working out.
Yeah,
Wilds is the one to get me in. Yeah.
Rise is cool because it's like the anime brother to World.
Yes,
it's like everything is like oversaturated, and like you're doing like high flying acrobatics, and like the wire bug system and the Palamute like sped that game up in a way that made it like really like cool, and like I can just do crazy stuff, and there's all these monsters and all this stuff, and like Wild is kind of like returning back to like World. It is like the spiritual successor to World in a lot of ways, and so it's like kind of fun to have those two versions of Monster Hunter where it's like, here's like the generation's ultimate, the anime brother sister to the main game. Like it's neat. I like it a lot.
We got Pass the Controller in the chat, aka Brendan, saying, "Look at these goats." And I'm assuming he's referring to us. I'm assuming I didn't pass some goats in my stream.
I
But
think there are goats in the game, so I think he has to be talking about us.
He must be. He can't be talking about us. Yes, thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Jesse here, walking me through such. I mean, I've a wealth of knowledge here. But we are raising money for Trans Lifeline. If you would like to make a donation, you can find the link to that in the description of the stream, or you can hit !donate in the chat and we'll bring the link up. In fact, I also have it set to pop in the chat every now and again, so please consider donating, helping out our trans friends, showing our solidarity, putting our money where our mouth is. Which is great. Okay, forest findings, head to the campsite. So you won't be able to rejoin me until I start a hunt, right?
Yeah, so what's gonna happen is you're gonna start that quest, you're gonna go into the forest. It's probably gonna like sort of automatically like put you on rails for a minute to like get into the forest, like sort of have your like cutscene.
I was gonna go after that honey and she's like, "You fucking stay on task." Can I use my secret here? No, I cannot. Okay, so we are just really on foot. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna do a little bit of story stuff.
Beautiful.
And then you'll eventually come across a monster. Spoiler alert, this is safe to say. Every quest in this game is like, we're gonna go look at something. Oh no, a monster has shown up. Like that is, and every time they are surprised. They are like, what do you mean? It's like, what did you expect?
Yeah,
this has happened to you 20 times already.
It's called monster. Oh, I need to go this way. Okay. I've been skipping the story stuff. Like I don't care. I'm really invested simultaneously in like Avowed still right now as well.
Yeah.
So like I'm like I just want to do the monster hunting.
Yeah, the story is. I know some people really like it. I think it's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, and I know also like people's history with Monster Hunter is like no one really plays it for the story anyway.
No, I mean most of the Monster Hunter games, like the early ones, like didn't even have story. It was just kind of like a loose, like you're a hunter and you're hunting monsters to like kind of help this village out. Like the story is definitely like I think is Capcom's kind of like way they've been onboarding players into sort of like getting them to understand the loop. And I think that the cinematics are really cool. Like I think a lot of the monster stuff they do is really interesting.
Cinematics
but
are cool. Yeah, like
the actual like nitty gritty story is whatever.
Yeah, like me going to talk to this kid in camp, like I'm skipping through that. But when it comes to like, oh, we're facing a new monster, like that reveal.
Every time Alma tells you it's like the guild has authorized like you to hunt the whatever, go, and then like your person just like runs out. It's like, yeah, that's like the anime stuff I'm looking for. It's like the guild authorizes the hunt, and I'm like, let's go.
The guild authorizes the hunt is the coolest thing anyone has ever said.
And so yeah, the story is really just like their on ramp for players, which I think is like not a bad way to do it. I do think it creates a lot of like weird problems where we're in right now, where it's like I can't actually join you while you do this.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So for people that just want to like play with their friends, they kind of have to like go through 20 hours of this before they can just kind of easily do the loop. And so I kind of wish they would come up with like a more elegant solution than the one that they currently have, which is wait for person to start fighting the monster to then allow player to join. It's a problem they had in World. It's a problem they had in Rise. It's a problem they still have. Used to be in World. It's like you can't join until both players have watched the cutscene. It's like why? Why can't we watch the cutscene together?
All right, setting up a flare.
Let's see. Oh yeah, because you're learning about pop-up camps now. So yeah, the cool thing about pop-up camps too is it's something the game like kind of tells you about, but then never really talks to you again. Is like you can customize these. Like you can change their color schemes. You could put like chairs and a fire outside. You do a lot of like cool stuff. So it's like when we're hunting and we go to a pop-up camp, we could just be like chilling in these chairs by the fire. We can just be hanging out, getting cozy.
Awesome.
Okay, let the
Doshagama investigation begin.
We may have passed some clues back the way we came.
Yeah, it's This is like a really interesting game, I think, because it's like you have the story that like very heavily guides you and never feels like it really lets up. Like it feels like kind of once you get in the
Okay.
groove of it, it's every time you go to camp and the game is like, all right, go forward, go forward, go forward, go forward. It doesn't have a lot of time for rest. And then you sort of beat it and then you're like on the other side of it. And suddenly it's like the world's your oyster. Go do whatever you want. And it's like,
Awesome.
okay, hell yeah. All right, now we're talking. You do meet a cool cast of characters along the way, though. I think you're about to meet some cool folks.
I got this Eric kid.
Yeah, Eric just loves biology.
Okay.
Loves it. Can't get enough of it. Sometimes I wish Eric would shut the fuck up.
Oh, I believe that.
Sorry to any Erics out there. Didn't mean for you
Eric
to catch
with a
any
K.
strays.
Eric
Yeah,
with a K.
only Eric with K's.
Yeah, Eric with a C, you're safe.
You're safe.
Oh god, me not being able to wander 2 feet from this fucking path
Yeah.
to go get is annoying.
Yeah, you're gonna
okay.
have to just give up your instinct to want to grab everything right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's gonna. I don't. But here's the thing: is like I'm kind of okay. Follow the traces. Okay. I think this way. I think we're gonna go this way. Nope, we're not. Okay.
I think
I'm
there's like a
following
little.
Oh, I
thing.
see. Yes. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, you're kind of following the scout flies.
Deep gouges. Okay.
Something from World they didn't really bring back for this game. They kind of did, but not in the same way. Where it's like you're sort of tracking the monster.
Sure, sure. I love Cam's comment here. Eric is what all the Chadley haters think Chadley is, which is so fucking funny.
We love Chadley. I don't know how Tom. I don't know how you feel about Chadley, but I'm using the royal we. I love Chadley.
Sure, I feel like I'm Chadley agnostic. I'm honestly more annoyed by his like the AI companion thing that he built for all the like that. Like, and that, like, I'm just like, yo, shut the fuck up. Let Chadley speak right now. Like, you're his fucking creation. But yeah, I'm not a Chadley hater. He doesn't show up in that game enough. Maybe if he was more in my face. But also, like, he is also the conduit for all of the summons. You know, like, he's like, I can't hate Chadley because he's the only one like giving me all this like cool shit. So.
Yeah, he's given us Bahamut. You know what I mean? Like you can't be mad about that.
Can't
And also,
oh fuck! Oh no, it's a spider. Okay.
Oh wait, are you a spider hater? Are you a?
Oh, I would have moved so fast. Oh.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm joining the hunt. So if you need to.
No, I'll be good.
Okay,
It was just a shock. I skipped the cutscene and then it's like this giant fucking. It only has 4 legs though, which is good.
There are 2 spider monsters in this game.
Oh, what? Why did I open my portable grill? This is a mistake. This is a mistake.
No, now you're playing Monster Hunter.
Now we're playing.
You're playing Monster Hunter.
All right.
Yeah. So welcome to the Lala Barina. If you
It's
didn't
got
know,
like an emo haircut. Like, what's going on here with this thing?
if you did not catch it yet, it is a play on a ballerina. So it is a ballerina spider. Yeah, that it becomes a rose also and shoots out like deadly poison.
Hell yeah.
So you definitely don't get hit by that. Those falling things. This thing loves to twirl. It loves to twirl.
It really does, eh? Can my secret come and help me switch gear? Yes, it can.
Oh right, I have the bullet. What am I doing?
Oh, I'm on its back. Bosh on the head. Bosh on the head. Yes. So this is a pretty good game, man. Now that I know, like now that I know what I'm doing and like the flow, I think that's what I just really needed is like the flow of the kind of combat. Focus blow. Where is its wounds? Oh, I see. This is the. I mean, look, and also this is a fucking sick design. Like, I cannot be mad at this.
It is one of the cooler. I think new monster designs that they've done in a hot minute.
It was really funny. I was with my partner. We did Lord of the Rings, Return of the King.
Okay.
in concert, like with a live orchestra.
Ooh.
Firstly, if you've never done one of these, like the tickets were a pretty penny, even though we were like really far back. Not only would I, in retrospect, have paid more for better seats, I would have paid more for the seats we had. It was that good. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay,
I was
yeah.
blown away. But we're watching it, and she obviously knows about. I do have legit arachnophobia around like big spiders. Like, I remember in college, I was with my girlfriend at the time, and I were at Petco or whatever, and they had a tarantula in a cage, and that was my first time seeing something like that in person. And I'd always knew I didn't like spiders, but that was the point where I was like, I cannot be anywhere near that. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, kind of like, thought it was funny. I was like, no, you don't understand. Like, I'm having a fucking reaction right now. This is not good. But so we're in the movie and we're watching it, and my partner turns to me during the Shelob scene. She's like, are you gonna be okay? And I'm like, I cut my teeth on Shelob. I loved these movies so much as a kid that I had to like kind of get over it. So it's one of those things that I need to kind of get. I gotta like mentally like really focus on like not being bothered by it.
Yeah, it takes work, but if you love something enough, you kind of learn to.
Yeah, and this is I love this like ballerina flower thing. Like that's really sick.
Yeah, the Lalabrina is just like really fucking cool.
What is the ratio of new to old monsters in this game? Like, is it?
It's I feel like I'd have to look at my list, which I can't do right now. I feel like it's pretty heavily weighted to newer monsters, but
sure.
Okay, new, old, new, old, new, old. Yeah, I'd say it's like it's definitely like a little more weighted towards new monsters.
All right, cool. I'm just doing a little whetstoning while I can. I'll be there in a second.
Oh, it paralyzed the Doshagama. That's crazy.
I saw that. Oh, my item pouch is full. No. Okay.
Oh, another thing that I did not tell you, and I do not know if you know this, but so in old Monster Hunter games, when you would start a quest, right, there'd be the item box that you would grab your potions and stuff out of, like the freebies. That is now on your bird. So when you're on the bird, if you hit left on the D-pad when you start a fight, there will be rations and health and stuff in there that is like free for the hunt. So anytime you're on your bird, you can get some new stuff.
Oh shit! I think I fucked this up.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a big boy with me right now.
Oh, yeah, he won't chase you very far if you.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get out of here. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, secret. Okay, I think. Oh no, this thing can like clamber. Oh no, I jumped off the back.
Yeah, it'll clamber up the waterfalls.
Okay, so just head right to. Oh, okay, here we go.
Yep.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, the Doshagama are only chasing so far. It's chasing us right now, but it should hopefully give up in a minute. Oh no, but it's still coming. Nope, hey, Nikki, give up. I have to keep that I'm using the bow, and I cannot. I can mount the monster, I think, but it's going to be harder for me to do that because I literally jump up and all I do is hit it with like I literally just like hold an arrow and like try and stab it.
I think maybe let's go back to the sword and the shield real quick.
I forgot I could do this.
Yes! Wounds destroyed. Is that it? Oh, okay. All right. That was a lot faster than the other guy.
Yeah, the bow kind of puts in work.
Nice.
Bow is also a really good weapon to learn if you're ever looking for a ranged option. I think the bow is pretty simple. Straightforward is the word I would use because it has a lot to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it can, like, once you get it, like, you're like, oh, this is easy. It's like charge up, do this move, do that move, kind of just stay at a little bit of a distance, and then you can just do some really, really nasty shit with the bow.
Well, what is the most difficult weapon? Like, what are the
in my opinion, I think the charge blade is
see, that was the thing it gave me from the jump, the one that is like the shield and sword in one.
It just has like a lot of intricacies to it where it's like you have like your meter is like 4 different things that you're looking at one time. You're hitting with the sword to charge up these files, and when they start glowing red, you then have to do a specific input to like dump them into the shield to then like charge up the shield, and then you do that again to like dump them into the sword, and then you go into the axe mode and you can like spend all of that like energy with like really strong axe attacks. But like learning that like rhythm of how to do that and like when it's safe to charge and all this stuff, it's just like, I think it's like one too many steps for like somebody who's also learning the game to then like add into the mix.
Yeah, that was because Alma like basically was like, well, tell me about yourself, like, you know, like what do you like? And I told her, and she was like, you should do the charge blade. And then the moment it was like, okay, yeah, there's this vial system and you need to like do this, and I was like, all right, we're gonna switch it up. And that's when I went to the training and I was like, okay, sword and shield, that seems good.
Yeah, I would say sword and shield's really good. I think the switch axe is fun. It's not complicated, but I think that it's like I think it's a good like next step. It's like, I understand how to do combat in this game. I understand how to do my combos. If I want like a weapon that has like one more mechanic to it, like I think the switch axe is a good like next step if you get bored of the sword and shield.
Now that Eric has come around, speaking of,
All right, upgrade this.
I'm assuming it kicked you or whatever from the...
Yeah, I'm still in the Link party. I'm just not in the game, like in your world. So basically, when you go to do the next quest, the same thing will happen. Like, you'll find the monster, I'll be able to hop in, we could do the fight. You can then continue on with your story. And I think this is good because it's going to open up more weapon upgrades for you. It's going to open up more armor for you. I actually think the La Barina armor looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's having me do some upgrades right now, in fact.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, your weapon tree is probably expanded at this point.
Oh, so it's all based on the so I have to unlock the bone sword in order to unlock the La Barina.
Yeah, you're starting to see so like they're kind of broken into different trees. So you have like the expedition tree at the top, which feeds into a couple different things. And then you sort of have the ore tree, which will eventually lead into some stuff. And then you will have the bone tree that will, like, you could see where they're all connected. Bone tree McGraw. And eventually, like, you'll find other monsters that will just kind of be on their own tree entirely, like they're not really connected to anything else. So as you can start to build, you build an iron beater.
I think that's
I think that's like one of the
iron beater
names.
one, yes, and then okay, so I've got the iron beater. I think that's all I can really upgrade now. Yeah, I need an aqua sack.
Yeah,
numerous different things here.
I forget who gives the aqua sack. However, another thing that's worth noting when you're done with this tree, but I'll talk about it a little bit, is they eventually teach you about the monster field guide, which will let you look at all the monsters you've hunted, and the more like times you fight them and the more stuff you do to them, it'll eventually give you like a breakdown of like, here is all of the stuff, that materials that this monster will give you by fighting it, and then it will tell you like the percentage chance of that thing dropping, and it will also tell you, it's like, if you cut off its tail, you actually have like an 20% increase to getting this specific material. So as you start to get into the game, when you're looking for like specific things, you're like, oh, I don't have enough Chotacabra shell. I need more shell. How do I get that? You can like go to that monster and like look and be like, oh, it has a 10% chance to be carved from the head, but if I sever the tail, it's a 25% chance of getting it. And so you then like start to build like, okay, if I'm gonna go fight this thing again, how do I like what's the best way to ensure that I get the thing that I need? Which is really nice.
Oh shoot, I think I equipped that as my primary and I didn't mean to.
If you go to your camp, or like your tent or whatever.
Yeah, I can go.
Oh, I don't know if you've seen the Palico armors in this game.
Yeah, dude, I'm
but some of them
right
get
now.
really, really, really crazy. As you start to fight more monsters, you could do some really messed up things to your Palico.
I'm giving it the wig.
The wig is
about.
Also preview stuff before you do it. I don't know if you've seen that, but if you hit
oh yeah, you can hit.
X,
I can hit X. Yeah.
So you can like look at all of them and like mix and match them and see how funny they look.
Oh my god, this spider one is so good. We're doing this.
Alrighty, perfection.
I got to take care of my Palico before I take care of myself.
Oh,
you
absolutely.
Know what I mean?
And some people say that the Lalabarina weapon for the Palico is one of the better weapons you can give it, because I think it's one of the only weapons that also has a status effect on it. I think the high rank version can inflict paralysis. So people I think have been gravitating towards putting that on their Palico.
Bonesaw is ready. Sword and shield. Boom. Sweet. Okay, so upgrading my Palico armor, and there is no transmog.
There is, but you will.
Later.
That's high rank.
Gotcha.
Okay. You can transmog all of your stuff, and then you'll also get the ability to change the color of the armor. So you can mix and match. Like that's why like I'm yellow. Like the armor I'm wearing is not like generally that color. I changed it because I thought it was cool looking. Also, have you looked at the Lalabarina armor for yourself?
I did. I didn't have. I needed an aqua sack. I need an aqua sack to make it. But let's go take a little look. Oh yeah, this is nice. It's real fancy. Oh, I can make some of this. Yeah. And I've got, okay, so this is, oh yeah, it's not better than my Balahara.
No, it probably isn't. Because the Balahara is a weird monster where like I don't think you've technically fought it in the story yet, have you?
No, I haven't. In fact, it was bringing up a notification that was like, you can't hunt this right now because and I was like, well, I'm in the middle of fucking killing this thing. So I don't know what you're trying to tell me right now.
Yeah, so it'll probably be a little bit better than like most of the stuff you'll be able to craft for the next like hunt or two.
It's cool.
Just because you kind of skipped over some of the stuff, which like is natural.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
So you're actually like pretty stocked
set.
on armor.
Yeah, and I equipped my Palico with all of that is phenomenal. Okay, so the next thing I have to do is head to the pop-up camp. And oh yeah, it's left on the D-pad for no. What was it for my list of fast travel?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Oh, I need to open the map and then open fast travel list. Oh, can I not fast travel to the pop-up camp? Oh, okay.
Area 7 is your pop-up camp.
Oh, Area 7 is my pop-up camp. Okay.
Yeah. Your pop-up camps will just be named like Area something.
Got it. Okay, head to pop-up camp. Dismount. Something is going on at the camp, and we're gonna find out what. Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh dear.
They're ransacking. And it's like a bat. What is this? What am I looking at here?
must be telling us to follow them. Allow me. Greetings to you. Sorry that we got off.
Alright, I'm skipping this. Go with the Linians, okay?
Let's follow them. I'm sure they're homeless. Or I hope so.
The Linians. Yeah, you're about to meet some
They're
some definite weird little guys that may or may not make an end of the year list.
Oh, to the weird little guys.
Little guys, yeah, the woodlands.
I don't see them escaping that list, but well, I guess we'll see. We'll find out.
There is one other little guy in this game that may make it over them, but similar vibes to these guys.
Oh, but I was worried about our other supplies too.
So how you feeling? How you feeling so far?
I'm feeling much better. In fact, I'm surprised as to, again, it was just like simple questions I had that I was just like, it's really kind of hard to find out the specific answer to the question I have. And so no, I'm feeling good. Like those fights felt really good in a way that the first couple of fights I was again just really mashing buttons. There was no thought or flow behind it, and now I'm feeling much better about it, which is a problem because there's too many games to play.
Yeah,
but you know, here we are.
The nice thing is that the hardest Monster Hunter will always be your first, because not only are you learning the fights, but you're also learning the systems.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And so a lot of people, you know, tout Monster Hunter as this like complicated, sort of obtuse thing that is like, oh, it's like a relic of a 2004 video game.
Totally.
And it is that way.
That. Yeah, you feel that. Yeah.
Because like they don't change their base control system. Like a lot of that stays similar, so it's always like riding a bike. Like it's every time you come to your next Monster Hunter game that you've put a lot of time into, you're like, oh, I already know how a lot of this operates. It's all just in the background at this point. In a way that I think that hurts it with new players a lot, but also makes those returning players just be like, oh, I'm back at home. I know how this goes. Like there's new systems to learn. There's new mechanics. There's new, you know, sometimes the controls are a little more fluid with each one, but that core stuff is still there.
Yeah.
That stuff that keeps me engaged.
And clearly they're not having a trouble like getting people to like play these games or like buy them because they're
the peak yesterday was like 1.3 mil or something like that.
Yeah, it cracked top 10 most played by simultaneous
and Monster Hunter World was like, or is like the best-selling Capcom game of like all time
by a huge margin.
Yeah, it's like 28 or 30 mil or something like that.
I think it crossed 30. Yeah,
which Wilds is clearly on pace to just absolutely decimate that number. Which is cool to see. Like it's cool to see this franchise like blow up in a major way. Like a lot of people are like, oh, Wilds is having its moment, right? Like it's the franchise is finally like in the zeitgeist. And like I think a lot of people underestimate like how well World did for them at the time.
Sure.
World
100%.
really laid the foundation for Wilds to the meme of like, oh, World walked so Wilds could run.
Yeah, of course.
Like, that's where we're at. And I think Wilds is like, on top of being, I think, like a fantastic video game, is in such a perfect like tee up to just absolutely run away with sales for them.
It is kind of wild because it is wild. It is kind of Monster Hunter Wild because it feels like it's just replicating the moment it already had with World. Like it's just doing it again, which like is so rare for a franchise to be able to have, like, because World was not like I mean, clearly, as you know, World was for a lot of people their first Monster Hunter, and like it was a big fucking deal, like, and now they're just like kind of doing that again, where it's okay, maybe you missed out on that World's wave. You're not going to miss out on Wilds if you were interested in World.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Very
I feel like World was that thing where it's like you had a lot of Monster Hunter sickos telling you like this is the one, like get in on this, and like I think that still missed a lot of people, even though it sold 30 million copies, right? Like it
Yeah.
eventually got there, but I think also the thing that Wilds has going for it is like day one PC launch, which World didn't have, crossplay, which World didn't have, like the PC versions and the console versions like never were able to speak to each other, in that version, and PC was always like a year behind content wise because PC came out a year later, so Iceborne later it got you know, and Rise was the same way where Rise was on the Switch and then it came to consoles, and then
Yes.
like Sunbreak came out, and like the PC version I think in the Switch version got Sunbreak at the same time, or maybe the PC version got it a little bit later, I don't remember, but then like the console versions, like the Xbox and PlayStation versions, didn't get Iceborne Sunbreak until like 6 months after they came out. Like they've never been in step with all of their versions at the same time, and I think that's like actively hurt
gonna be huge,
the franchise. But the fact that like they have all the systems all at once, obviously Switch included, but they're all going to get the content at the same time. They're all are crossplay, so it doesn't matter what we're playing on. Like we're all like I'm playing on PlayStation, you're playing on PC. Like we're able to play together. That was the thing you could not do in World.
Okay. Oh yeah, so this is gonna be big. This is gonna be big.
They've removed all of those like little barriers that I think was holding World back in a way that maybe not tremendously, because again it did sell 30 million copies, but in a way that like a modern video game today like needs all of those things to set up to run away with
100%.
with it. Oh, I think you're about to be introduced to one of my favorite monsters.
I'm fighting a big baboon right now.
Yeah, I actively hate this monster and love this
it's
monster.
got a big sack belly thing, like it's
you'll
gross,
see
man.
You'll see why this thing
is the way it is.
It kind of reminds me of if you know Slacking from Pokemon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of got the vibes of like if Slacking was like M-rated. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like this is kind of gross. Slacking for the freaks out there. I love that.
Alright, so I should get a notification.
I'm pounding on this thing's head. Nice.
What are you using right now? Your sword and shield in it?
Yeah, I'm using my new ore sword and shield. I might switch to.
Yeah, this guy's a little freak.
And I'm gonna switch because I just got my new bone hammer too. So.
Yeah, the switching weapon things is cool. That's a first for the series, like having the second weapon. And I think that's like a fun little. Oh, look at you! I'm like a little behind because I'm watching the stream, but you're getting the mounts now. You're cooking.
Yeah. Oh, the flow is here. Oh, it's got a baby.
Yeah, some monsters will have like smaller monsters with them. It feels bad to kill them, but sometimes they just gotta go.
Yeah, I mean I guess that's what this game is about, right?
Yeah. This one has like way less like colonization vibes than I think World did in a lot of ways.
Okay,
where
interesting.
World was like
because this is like we are going out to this unknown, uncharted land. So that's interesting to hear.
Yeah, it feels more in service of the idea of like we were trying to like reunite this person with their vanished community, where in World it was like, hey, there's a problem going on here, we're getting like weird energy detection, we need to like learn about the land, but also we're gonna keep like making giant communities as we progress and building like more and more camps and shit, and then we're just gonna like live here. It's like, oh, okay.
Now I'm curious, would you ever like recommend people who like say, oh, it's farting?
Yep.
Love that. Love a little fart. Oh, it's running off. Bye, bitch. Would you ever say to anyone like, okay, if you like Worlds, like, oh, if you like Wilds, you should go back and play Worlds? Or do you think like the jump up from Wilds to Worlds is so great that people that get super into Wilds would go to World and be like, what the fuck is going on here?
I would still recommend World. So I actually like wrote a piece for IGN.
Hell yeah. Love that shit.
Like a couple weeks ago. That was like, I think World is like a really good primer for Wilds.
Yeah.
But I also would say that like I think the opposite is true. Where like if you're really enjoying Wilds, like there are things about World that like will feel clunky. Like it doesn't have the wound system, and it doesn't have like the switching weapon, and it's definitely like less fluid than Wilds, and that's just because it's been 7 years. But I think like the sheer amount of content in World, like if you have not experienced World and you really want more Monster Hunter in your life, I think it is definitely worth it because, like I said, there's all that crossover content, all the title updates. I think Iceborne is like a gold standard for like expansions. It's just truly incredible. Like it has its flaws, it's not perfect, but the amount of stuff it adds to the game and just like the sheer like spectacle of it all. I think World is definitely like, if you're really into Monster Hunter after Wilds and you're like kind of just waiting for the title updates at this point, like definitely I would say go check out World. Like there's so much there. It's had years and years and years of updates and expansion.
And would you recommend maybe that over going to play Rise?
I think it's two different. They're two different like philosophies, like fundamentally. I think like I said, like Rise is sort of like the anime partner to.
Oh my god! Did you stick it with like an explosive thing? Like what?
Yeah. So that is a tracer arrow, and basically it makes all of my other shots like home on that one. So like I can shoot arrows basically anywhere, and then it'll target it, and then when enough damage is done to it, it'll explode.
Oh, he's running away.
Yeah, like I said, the bow can do some really messed up stuff.
Yeah. Can you can I interrupt its path and like, or will it just continue to run to where it goes to?
The only real way you can kind of interrupt it is if you hit it with like a flash pod and like stunned it, or if you like were able to get a mount on it, or like break a wound on it. But like after a little bit, like it would definitely get back up and try to keep going to wherever its destination was.
Gotcha. Damn, this thing is, oh my god. I feel so bad.
It's gonna run up and give it a little hit with my bow.
Oh, there's that jumping attack, the perfect rush. Like,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
And when you do that, you have like, you have like 3 options while you're in the air. It's like triangle, you'll do like a slice. Circle, you'll like hit with your shield. But if you hit triangle, or in your case Y and B at the same time while you're in the air, you'll do that like plunging thrust where you'll come all the way down and hit it on every step of the way. Yeah, there's that perfect rush.
Yeah, there it is.
Now when you're in the air...
Yes! I want to get it in the head, but I'm getting it.
Yeah, that's like a really, really good combo to just like have down for the sword and shield, because you can just do so much damage.
Oh, I gotta take an antidote. Optimal status recovery, there we go. Sweet, and then I think optimal health recovery would probably be smart here. Okay, cool, great, awesome. That is new, right? Those optimal options.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I do not remember them from Rise or World. It's just like a really simple way to, get like the health stuff. I don't love because sometimes it'll use a mega potion when like I really think I could have just gotten away with a regular potion.
Yes.
But that just comes with like time of like understanding how much health you need to survive things.
I mean, maybe when you get to that high rank, that's going to change. But like, I don't really see myself running out of any of those. At least for where I am right now, like in terms of.
Yeah, it's kind of rare that you do. Like, you have to like really be messing up. But sometimes you just get into a fight where like that thing gets you in a corner, or like you fight a monster that you've never fought before, and suddenly it's got an attack that you just like do not know how to deal with, and so you're trying to like brute force your way through the fight, and you suddenly like run out of your mega potions, and you're like, okay, well, like I'm gonna have to use like 2 potions to make up for the fact that I don't have my mega potion. The nice thing is if you ever get carded, which just monster in a term card like carted, like CARTED.
Okay.
If you ever get carded, which is just the way people say like you die and the cart comes and picks you up and brings you back to camp.
Okay, sure, yeah.
You can always like go back into your tent and like refill your items, like eat a meal, like and then go back out. I think that there's this like sense of urgency that people feel like when they get carded that they need to like run right back to the monster. They're like, oh no, like I need to continue the fight. I'm on a time limit. It's like, no, you actually have like way more time than you'll ever need.
Oh, right, because there are time limits for these things.
Yeah, like look at the clock. Like you used like 6 minutes. I mean, it'll tell us at the end of the hunt how long it was, but like of the like 45 minutes you were allotted, we did it in 8.5 minutes. Like,
oh yeah,
you have the extra minute or 2 minutes to like go back to your tent, refill your items, eat a meal, maybe change out your loadout if you feel like the weapon you're using is not working or the armor you have is not efficient. Like, you can do all of that mid fight. Like once you go back to your camp, you like it doesn't cancel the hunt or anything. So
awesome.
I think knowing that is also important.
Oh, these guys are happy.
I heard all about your great exploitation.
Can we have our campsite back now? That'd be great.
But of course, friend.
Oh, it's talking to me in English. Ooh, don't know if I like that.
Do you have your Palico set to speak English?
No, I changed it to the meow.
I changed it so fast.
Yeah, I was like,
I'll give it a chance. No.
No, I didn't. I was not okay with it from the jump. Let me just put it that way. And so the dog isn't in the game this time.
No, the dog, the Palamutes are not in this game. That's kind of what the Sacred has become.
Yes.
It's sort of like, oh, it won't fight on the battlefield like the Palamute did, but it will, do all the other stuff that it does, like the climbing, the running. It glides. I think a lot of people forget that it can glide.
Oh yeah, you can do like almost a Breath of the Wild style glide. I did.
Yeah, it's not super useful. I haven't found it to be like, oh, this is a game changer. It's just nice to have.
Yeah, you're not using it like as often as something like that. All right.
No, it moves fast enough that you don't really need to like glide over stuff. Oh, someone named their Palico in here Lil Smug. I like that. That's a pretty good name. Yeah, so that monster, the Congalala or whatever it's called, little freako, just an absolute freako.
Just farting up a storm over here. I mean, that's how I'd fight.
Just eat a durian and then just start farting it up.
Going to town. I am going to run to the bathroom, Jess.
All right.
But I will be right back. Feel free to do the whole trans lifeline spiel to chat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do what you need to do, but I'll be back in a minute or two.
Yeah, go take care of business.
Oh, I'm going to.
All right, everybody, it's just us now. It's just us, and we're raising money for Trans Lifeline. ! Donate in the chat. I'll bring up the tilt.fyi link. If we hit our $180 goal, we will stream for an additional hour. So we're set to go to 3 p.m. Eastern time right now. If we hit our goal, we will go till 4 p.m. I am coaching Tom through Monster Hunter. We're getting the lay of the land. I am trying my best to give as much information to both Tom and you that I can. Yeah. So if you would like to donate, like I said, Cam hit ! Donate in the chat. I'm glad, Cam. I'm glad I could be helpful. I could share my knowledge with the world. If you have any questions about any of the weapons, or you want to look at the weapon crafting trees, if you go to IGN.com, I've been working on the weapon wikis over there, alongside a bunch of really talented folks who have been building out like a really, really, really helpful wiki with materials and tips and tricks and armor information and skills and what the skills do and all the different monsters and like what parts you can get from them and like tips for defeating those monsters and like everything you would ever really need in one nice like package. So yeah, there's plenty of stuff there that I would highly recommend checking out. But of course, like if you want more tips, like we got roughly about another hour to go. But if we hit that goal, we'll push it to 4. And you'll see Tom fight some pretty cool stuff. I'll be along for the ride to kind of guide everybody through any questions they might have. And if you have questions in chat about Monster Hunter, things that you don't understand or like want to know more about, let me know. Like, I'm always happy to like give any information that I have to like help out new people. I spent not all of, but I spent like a couple hours on launch day on Friday, just doing SOS flare requests for people and just like hopping in and helping them fight monsters. Like, I enjoy being able to help folks get through the game and see some of the cooler stuff that this game has to offer. Because I really do think a lot of the monsters in this game are really, really cool. So yeah, reminder, yeah, just we're raising money. We're trying to do a good thing while playing a game and providing some entertainment, but also raising some money to try and better our communities. You know, better the people who need the help. Give them all of the support that they need at a time like this, because it's rough out there, everybody, especially for marginalized groups, and we want to try and help anyone we can through the power of the internet. Welcome back.
This morning I got the we have a Dunkin' near us, and I got the shaken espresso, the brown
Sabrina
sugar,
Carpenter,
the Sabrina Carpenter drink, and let me tell you, that drink smells the same way coming out of you as it did going in you. Holy smoke. That was crazy. That was pungent. All right. I wonder what was more pungent, my piss or the baboon? The baboon farts.
Look, we're nothing if not on theme, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly. Recommended equipment. The smithy can now give recommendations based on your current progress. Okay.
I don't think I have ever
done that. Used that system. Sure. That sounds about right. Pop-up camp monster. I've got your pop-up camp needs covered from A to Z, pal. If I'm ever not around, the support desk can handle anything you need. I'll patch it through to me, and I'll see it done. Talk to the pop-up camp meowster to build, repair, and remove pop-up camps. Safety level. All right. Talk to the support desk. Like, do you ever come into? Is this the support? Okay, what's going on here? View completed limited bounties. Receive. Oh, I got some. Oh no.
What have you gotten?
Complete 3 quest rank 1 star.
Oh, okay,
so
yeah.
think.
This stuff you don't need to worry about too much. These are just like so it's weird because these weren't in the pre-launch period, because it's like it didn't make sense to be there. It's like dailies basically for the game. That's just ways to earn some, like, these are the armor spheres I was talking about for upgrading armor.
Gotcha.
These kind of will just happen naturally, like complete 3 quests in planes. Like after you beat the story and you're sort of like just doing things throughout all the different zones, this will come much more natural.
So this is essentially like daily quests, like like daily
to get some high quality materials.
All right, sweet.
So have you gone to the smith to look at the Congalala?
Oh, let's do that. Let's do this.
That's my favorite thing about this game is hunting a new monster and then immediately going to the smith and seeing what stuff. Because every monster has like a weapon and an armor to it. So
Conga.
Oh, right. So the Conga stuff is like the sort of kind of Mad Max style.
Dude. Wow.
And then remember, you can preview it by hitting X.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yep. Loving these. Okay, I think that I can get some of his pants. I can do the pants.
Yeah, looking at the stream,
or the belt.
Like you can do everything but the pants. I think is the only thing you can't do.
Yeah, but my the armor I have for the most part is better, but
sometimes you take the hit for the fashion, you know. Sometimes it's
you do. Yeah.
It's not taboo to do that. If you would prefer to look cool, because here's the thing: the Balahara stuff is better because you kind of sequence broke it in a way.
Yeah.
So like technically this armor is still
loading
on par.
in before, right? Yeah, like in terms of the like Conga is above Balhara, which I'm assuming just means like progression wise.
So something I will tell you also real quick. When you hover over a piece of armor, there will be, you see equipment skills, and underneath the stats of the armor, there'll be equipment skills and then group skills. So equipment skills are, this is where things get a little complicated, but not too complicated. So every piece of gear and every weapon will come equipped with equipment skills. And these will give you some form of a buff. And they have different levels. So Mushroom Mancer is the one I see on the screen. Lets you eat mushrooms faster or something. They're sometimes they're like kind of themed to the monster, like Konga's stuff. But like Balahara has I don't know what it has.
I have Quick Sheath on my armor, and I'm assuming that means slightly increases sheathing speed. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and so the levels depend on how many pieces of gear you have. It either depends on how many pieces of gear you have equipped that have the level 1 on it, or as you get into higher level gear, some of them will come stock with level 2 or level 3. So it's something also to look at. Your weapons also have skills on them. So like there's one like speed sharpening, which as you could guess just makes it so that when your weapon, you're using a whetstone, it actually happens faster than normally. Or you have one that's like your weapons lose less durability. So for Sword and Shield, you'll have a lot of things that are like guard, offensive guard, which either like increase the timing window for a perfect guard, or make it so you mitigate more damage when you guard. Attack boost is another one. Some of them are self-explanatory. Some of them are like a little more specific. You don't have to worry too much about equipment skills, but it is like a nice bonus. And it's also good to know, because sometimes you'll get used to something like, my whetstone only needs 2 swipes and then it is fully thing, and you don't realize it's because you have speed sharpening level 3, and then you change out a piece of gear and suddenly you're like, why isn't this working the way it used to work?
Makes sense.
And so it's like good to be like aware of those things. I don't think it makes a tremendous difference, especially at the stage of the game you're at now. I think it's just good to be aware of.
Well, totally.
And it's also one more thing on that menu that you understand. So your eyes are not glazing over like 8 million pieces of information.
Yeah, and that is the thing here. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? We're gonna switch out the hammer for the switch axe.
All right, I like this decision. You're getting your feet wet with another weapon.
I'm feeling like that I'm gonna have similar options, I guess, to the hammer, but it's gonna be cooler.
So do you have enough material for the Kongalala tree on the switch axe is the question.
I need to create a bone axe first,
right.
so
I guess what I'm
that.
looking at is do you want to commit to making a bone axe? So what I like to do is I like to go a little bit into the tree and see what I'm working towards.
I can
like
build
what is the
Kongalala.
weapon.
I can.
That's probably a pretty good
yeah. That looks
pretty good one to go with. So it has, so just to run you down the stats on it a little bit, just so you're kind of understanding. So it obviously has an attack power of 420, blaze it. It has affinity, which is, it's a positive affinity, which means I believe affinity is related to crit damage. I'd have to double check that. Affinity is one that I
think if I hit sub menu and skill info, should that bring that up? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so it's a percent chance to do more damage. Like how likely you are to get a crit, basically. So it has a bonus 5%, which is good. It doesn't have an element to it, which is fine. And then its sharpness is green, which you may at this point have been dealing with green. You may have been on yellow for durability. I'm not sure if this is your first green weapon or not.
I don't know what that means. Or
so you know when you have your sharpness bar when you're fighting a monster underneath your stamina.
Oh, it just means how big it is, I guess.
So like the color represents like how durable it is. So like green is like pretty durable, and then eventually you'll get blue and then white. And It's just like how long the weapon can stay without having to sharpen it and stuff like that. So green is good.
Something in mind?
And then I don't think it had like any important skill on it. So I think it's a good decision. I think it's also just like learning what those stats mean is just like makes it a little easier, because some weapons will have negative affinity, which means every once in a while you might hit for less damage.
Oh, okay,
than standard.
interesting.
Like there are some that have like a negative 15% affinity, but they usually make up for it in some other way. Like they have like a crazy high attack power, or they have like an element to them that's really good. Oh, what is the Conga Palico armor? Does it make the Palico a little freak?
It does make him a little freak. It's not necessarily any better though than the ballerina armor, but I did forge the tambourine weapon.
Oh, good.
That seems like a good upgrade there. Okay, I think I'm good on upgrades and all that, so I'm gonna go talk to Alma. Oh, she's gonna teach me how to fish. Oh no, that's a side quest.
Yeah, if you talk to the person in the Scarlet Forest, they'll send you on like a little fishing side quest.
Is that a major mechanic in the game?
Not really. Fishing will get you obviously fish that can be used to either like cook specific meals, or sometimes some of their components are used for like crafting like specific items and stuff. It's nothing like it's not something I would say like go out of your way to do specifically because you need it for some like major mechanic in the game. But this game has like side quests in a way that is like a little more unique, that are like not always tied around just fighting a monster, but sometimes it's like, hey, go get me this fish, or go get me this endemic life, like this bird, like use your net to go capture it. And they'll give you like specific rewards for doing so, and maybe sometimes unlock like new bait for your fishing rod or some other thing. They're really cool. I think that they're like fun to do post story, once you're kind of just roaming around the zones more, and you're like, oh, I do need to find this lizard. Oh, I just ran into this lizard. Let me grab it. I need it for this quest. Feels a little more natural.
I'm looking at an alpha DUtDjVRFxP right now.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, here we go.
What do you plan to do?
The big beefy boy.
He's beefy.
I can't bear to think what happened. We should...
Yeah, so now you're kind of being introduced to alpha monsters, which are sort of like a central theme of the campaign. Each zone kind of has its own alpha monster, and so you want to be like, basically they're like for lack of a better term, like the boss of the zone.
Sure.
And we think that we have to speak to the elf.
Wait, what? This is wait, the Oasis.
Yeah, the DUtDjVRFxP are causing a fucking problem. All right, let's get to it. Let's hop to it. There's no time for talk. Main mission, chapter 1, A Hunter's Pride. All right, we're traveling to the Oasis. Switch axe tips,
Yeah, so
if you have them.
oh, I got plenty.
Okay, good.
Switch axe has kind of been my like secondary weapon for this. I'm a hunting horn main. Hunting horn is my go-to weapon in all of Monster Hunter games, but switch axe in
The
this game.
hunting horn?
Yeah, I'm a big hunting horn user.
Interesting. That one seemed like really obtuse to me. I was like, I don't know
it
if I'm ever gonna.
It's not too dissimilar from the hammer in its like goal of bonking monster on head, but it's bonking monster on head in specific combos to then play songs that buff the entire team. It's the support weapon.
Oh, this is the Balhara. This is like the introductory
yeah.
mission to this guy. I know how to take you out.
Yeah. So the switch axe is cool. So basically the fundamentals of the switch axe is that you will be in axe mode, and more damage you do in axe mode will power up a meter that will then let you use sword mode. And you will switch into the sword, and the sword is like really where like your high damage is going to come from, but since it's on a meter, you can only use it so much before having to switch back to the axe. And then you build up the meter with the axe, and then you switch to the sword. It's kind of like the loop of that weapon.
And is it an automatic switch? Like, okay,
no,
you hit the
so
meter,
it will be R2 and triangle, I believe, is to do what they call like a morph slash, which you will like swing the axe, hit the axe, and then it will transform into the sword. So it lets you like do damage while you're swapping it. And then there's one added mechanic to the switch axe, which is as you use the sword, the axe meter will deplete, but the sword meter will deplete that the axe built up, but you will start building up a different meter that's like underneath it, and then you can use that to expel like elemental damage that is like really, really powerful. So it's about managing 2 meters.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm going to switch to it, speaking of.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Once the invitation pops up here, so I'm join. Oh, you got some on that. I saw that. That plunging thrust was pretty good.
And combos for this, just kind of...
So triangle,
Yeah.
triangle, triangle is a good one. The switch axe has a really weird combo. That is, if you hit circle while stationary without hitting any other inputs, and you keep hitting circle, you'll do what's called wild swing.
Oh, yeah.
Which is you just keep doing that, and then if you hit triangle out of it, you will do like an overhead slam. And if you can do at least, so follow me on this, if you
Yeah.
do at least 2 wild swings, like you do the swing and then you swing it twice,
Yeah.
hit triangle and hit triangle again, you will go into something called power axe mode, which is not necessary for like playing the switch axe, but does give the axe like more damage. It's kind of a strange way to get into that mode, but basically when you see your like main meter fill up, you should try and be in sword mode as much as possible, because that is just like your raw damage dealer. So
Gotcha.
morph sweep is just right trigger.
And when you say first meter, you're talking about the thing underneath, the blade portion of the meter?
No, I'm talking
Oh,
about
it's
the
left.
main
Fuck.
chunk of the meter, like the long skinny
Oh, okay.
meter.
So if
Like-
if that's full,
Then
switch
hit right
into-
trigger,
Okay, gotcha.
switch into sword, and then the blade that's on the right hand side of the meter,
Yeah.
that's kind of probably right now not filled up or
It's
very
not,
little filled
no,
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Both
that'll-
blades actually have emptied at this point.
Yeah, that will fill up as you do more damage with the sword.
Gotcha.
And then that meter can be expelled by holding right trigger, triangle,
Oh,
and,
what? Oh, I
and
grappled.
B all at the same time.
I didn't know I was grappling. Sorry,
There
what
you
was
go.
that last bit? Hold
So
what at the same time?
when you have that other meter
Yeah.
filled, you're gonna hold right trigger, triangle, or Y and B at the same time.
Mhm.
And you're gonna do like a really strong charged up attack. It's gonna have like a lot of wind up to it.
That's
but
that's
it's gonna-
the second blade. on
Yeah,
the
like
meter.
the
Okay.
red meter, I think it is, underneath the main meter. So like the one that starts filling up as you hit with. Okay, so here's the thing that maybe I should explain there. When you swap to the sword, your circle and triangles become different. Like you could just use the
Yeah.
sword as a.
And
So, like, you're-
when I'm in sword mode, am I holding right trigger down, or I'm
Just click
pressing
it.
to switch it? Okay.
Click it to switch, and then attack like you would any other weapon, like circle your circles.
Oh,
and
I
triangles.
see. And then that meter's going down, but now the blade one's filling up,
Yeah.
and then I'm pressing right trigger, Y and B at the same time.
When
and
that
I'm gonna
meter
go-
is full.
Yeah, which it is right now. Oh, where'd you go? Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, you picked the worst time to start that horse shit. Okay, here we go. Okay, and I just hold it and let go? Oh, just keep holding it.
Yeah, just keep holding it. You'll do like a big charge up on it.
Oh, wow, and then it said, fuck you, now your shit sucks.
Yeah, it
Afterwards.
burns all the meter, and then it essentially puts you back in axe mode because it's
Oh,
like
you were
you're out of
totally.
sword.
This is totally like the next, because I was like, hammer's cool, but it is very basic. It is just like fucking hit it in the head. But this is
Yeah.
like, all right, there's a little bit extra sauce on this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then something else I will teach you. I mounted it with the bow. I don't think I've ever actually seen what the
That's
bow's
awesome.
draw attack is. So something else you can do is when you have that meter mostly full. I don't remember it has to be full. Oh, it's just like automatic. This is weird. you can just, if you just hold triangle or Y and B without the R2, you will do a, yeah, like that move that you just did.
Yeah.
That if you hit the monster with that, you will jump up on top of the monster, and if you keep jamming on Y, you'll just keep doing damage to it, and then eventually it'll like explode you off of the monster. And I think if you do that also, like Y and B without holding it, if you just click it when you have enough, you'll just kind of like shoot it. Like you won't actually like charge it up. You'll just sort of like burn it, which is also pretty good. But that's like some more advanced switch axe stuff that you kind of learn after you've sort of gotten the basic loop down.
Sure. Oh, where are we going? Okay, over here. His tail came off. That's nice. Where are we going? I think we're leaving. Yep, he's leaving.
So worth grabbing the tail while you're here.
Oh, yep. Young Elmo is carving that tail up.
You can also customize your bird if you haven't done that yet.
I have not done that. No, I definitely need to.
I put this like weird little armor on it. Change the colors of it.
But there aren't any like stat things for the bird. It's
No.
Okay,
It's all
cool,
cosmetic.
Cool.
There's like a bunch of, and like as you play through the campaign and stuff, you'll unlock like different like charms you can like put on the bird to just like, I don't know, give it like a little extra thing.
No extra sauce.
Yeah, just a little cute extra cosmetic.
Love that. Oh, exquisite fossil. That's probably good to grab.
Yeah, anything that sounds like it would be good is normally pretty good.
Fuck yeah. Oh, the rock is coming apart.
Yeah, I think it will eventually.
Crumble underneath.
No, so you could pull it like this with the claw and drop the rocks.
Oh shit!
Yeah, anytime a monster like climbs something like that, you see it starting to break apart. Usually, if you sheath your weapon and aim at it with like the hook, it'll eventually have some sort of thing that can. Just completely take it down.
Awesome. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. You did that big damage at the end there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what other weapons are like on that, like, I guess what you call maybe like intermediate tier of the like
let's think about that. Running through the weapons in my head. Not the greatsword, not the hammer, switch axe, obviously. It's kind of weird. I think the switch axe kind of exists in a category of its own because I think like after you move on from switch axe, you kind of have your like advanced weapons or your just like ranged weapons, which behave like entirely different.
Right, the bow and the yeah. I haven't touched any of the range stuff because I'm like I feel like I should spend the time learning and playing on the heavy, you know, the melee damage dealers, I guess.
Yeah, the ranged weapons I think have like streamlined in a way that I think is much more beginner friendly in a way where like it used to be you'd have to bring ammo with you and you'd run out of ammo and you'd have to like go back and get it and stuff like that. And now they've made like the ammo like intrinsic to the weapon. So like depending on the type of heavy bowgun you have, you will have specific ammo that comes along with it and it's infinite, but your pool is limited to like what variety of ammo you have. So it makes it like, oh, you don't have to manage like bringing inventory with you. but you just have less options. So it's about bringing the right gun rather than the right ammo, which I think is like a nice trade-off. But the ranged weapons behave like entirely different. The insect glaive is also like a weapon that is just like
Oh yeah, the kinsect. Yeah,
totally just wrapping your head around that weapon like takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because again, it just behaves
Hunter,
radically different than anything else in this game.
interesting.
I think gun lance would actually be a weapon that is probably kind of similar to switch axe
Okay.
that I would put in the intermediate category
Love
because lance is pretty easy in terms of what it can do and what it's meant to do. Like lance, you are designed to use your shield you're not evading, you are blocking, and you are staying up in that monster's face and just constantly poking it with that lance. Like that is what you were designed to do. You are a frontline guy. You are just hitting it with that lance and blocking when the monster is going to attack and staying just on top of it. And the gun lance is very similar, but it adds the mechanic of like using the explosives and the gun part of it to like deal extra damage. So I would say that gun lance is also a pretty intermediate weapon because it has a lot of intricacies to it in a way that the lance just does not. But the lance is also just like raw damage output is like kind of nutty.
Oh, I need to. Oh, I can't whetstone right now. Okay.
No, you're in the middle of dealing with that stuff. The longsword is complicated, not in necessarily like a meter management way, just in a really learning what combos into what. Like I think that is a very combo heavy weapon. So that's one that like if you're interested in the longsword, I would recommend like going into the training area, like watching a YouTube video of just like, hey, these are like your bread and butter combos that you really want to get down, and just understanding how this like the spirit gauge works, because it's just like 1 meter, but like it has like very specific triggers.
Cool.
So that's one that I would say is like attainable, very attainable for like a new player to learn, but probably requires the most just understanding. Like, okay, everything that I'm being explained makes total sense, but I would have never picked up on that on my own.
Sure.
The one that's
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with the sword and charge axe for now. Like, I think like having like something very simple and then like something a bit more advanced is good. But you know, I'm trying to think. I want to get to a point where like, because I like if a game gives me options where it's like, yeah, you know, you have all these options of weapons. Like I don't want to just like beat this game and find like, oh, I've been playing with the same tools since the jump and haven't really jumped into, you know, experiencing like everything this has to offer, and obviously the weapons being a big part of that. So cool.
I will say that the game does have 14 weapons. I would say mainly because like your weapon is sort of your identity in this game. It's like the way I describe it is like it's like your class, it's your job. Like it's where your like upgrades are going to come from. It's where your like identity as a player comes from. That being said, like people get attached to a weapon. They're like, I am a hunting horn main. I am a switch axe main. So like if you end up like falling in love with the switch axe and like that is just your weapon that you love, like that is how a lot of people play this game. It's like I use the one weapon. And they might experiment with other ones, especially like when a new game comes out and there's like added mechanics or they've changed the way that this thing works.
Yeah.
So like I would not be upset if you did play this whole game and you're like, I just played the switch axe. It's like, no, that's a totally fair and viable way at how many people play this game is they just play their main weapon. But since it's your first you're putting a lot of time into this one. Experimentation is great. Finding that weapon that you really, really like is sort of half the battle.
And that's where I think I'm coming from. It's not necessarily like, oh, if I want it to be like, cool, if the charge X is my thing, I want to know that like, no, that is my thing. Like there isn't something else out like, oh fuck, the gun lance actually, fuck, I really dig this. I should have been playing it. Like I want to give that insect glaive, when I fucking picked that off, I was like, that seems like a whole thing. So maybe we won't try that one, but I want to give most of them a go and like actually really find something that works with.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm at this point right now where I'm like, oh, this charge axe I really like. I don't have a reason, it feels like, to use my sword and shield. So maybe switch that out for something else. Oh shit, is this another Balahama? Balahala? Oh, what? Oh, he's fucking him up real bad. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, those alpha monsters are not to be trifled with.
Okay, here we go. All right, well, I have my full charge attack here. Oh, now it's gone. Okay, good.
Yeah, this is where the weather stuff starts to kind of come into play. They touted that a lot.
Yes, I heard that from our review script that I read and was like, I have no idea what I'm talking about right now. Here we go.
Yeah, weather is something that they were like pretty like pre-release, like all of their trailers and the SGF preview and all that stuff was like, we're really excited about this like weather system we have, and you like get to see glimpses of it in the campaign, but I think it really starts to kind of shine a little bit more at like in the post game when that stuff starts to happen a little more frequently and less like dictated by the story.
I gotta take
I also before I hop in. Let me just pick up a meal real quick, and then I'll be right there.
Oh, good. I'm not doing too bad.
And when you play with other people, I think it's the same when you play by yourself, but you basically have like 3 feints before like the mission is canceled, like you've lost.
Okay.
So when you play with more people, obviously like the risk of dying is higher because there's 4 people instead of 1. So you get the benefit of like, oh, there's people here to like take aggro off me or like fight this monster faster. But it's also like if a monster is just destroying you, like, and you have 4 people and everyone's getting wrecked, like you can lose that hunt like real fast. Like one good monster attack that kills everyone.
Do you find yourself like, oh no, there is a difficulty to this game that even though like I'm well versed in Monster Hunter, like I am still being challenged in that way?
No, I do.
Not for me, but for other people, they could be dying.
I do kind of have the similar idea that this game is maybe a little bit on the easier side of things. I think the wound system has a lot to do with that. Just because it's so easy to like topple monsters and like really do some high damage, that it makes the game a little bit harder. But I think also we kind of have this conversation about a lot of Monster Hunter games, a lot of recent Monster Hunter games, more often because like I think like players are just getting better at video games.
Was also like to an extent like more streamlined and quote unquote easier than previous entries, right?
Yeah. I had a lot of trouble with World mainly because again, like I said, it's like your first Monster Hunter game is kind of always your hardest one. Yeah. And since like World was like really like I played 4 Ultimate, like I said, but not as much as I played World, and so like learning that was like a different game. And also as they like streamline more elements of the game, it becomes a little more fluid. That being said, I beat this entire game without ever getting knocked out. And I don't mean like losing a hunt, I mean like literally getting like carted. And so that was like a little bit of a like, oh, I was kind of hoping for like that one monster that was really just going to give me a tough time.
Yeah.
But I think like new players might experience that because like, they're fighting a lot of these monsters
that makes sense.
for the first time and they're like learning a game on top of it. So I don't think it's fair to say that this game is easy. I just think that for like veteran players, maybe there's a little less friction. But we also know that like master rank, like the way these games go is you get high rank, and then when the expansion comes out, you get master rank, and that's like where the real hard stuff comes into play.
So on the Switch X, the shorter blade meter, what is that one? Because that's flash.
The one on the left hand side.
Yeah, the left.
That is your power axe meter. So you went into power axe mode by doing the wild swings and then the overhead. And when that flashes, that means it's just about to run out. So if you want to go back into Power Axe mode, you got to do that combo again. It's Power Axe is like the least important of the things you need to worry about with the Switch Axe. It is just like a thing you can do. So like if a monster is toppled and you're kind of just wailing on it and you don't have sword charge for whatever reason, like it's just a good thing to like do. But I would not like prioritize it over anything else. Like your real loop is like as soon as you have enough sword charge, like just swap into the sword and deal with what you got to deal with. The Power Axe is just kind of like an added nice little bonus you can get. I'm gonna pull boulders down on this thing.
Fuck yeah, you are.
Oh, it kind of just like ate those boulders like a champ. That was kind of crazy.
I mean, it's the alpha. They don't call him the alpha for nothing here. Oh boy.
Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Oh, we got it in a shock trap, which is great because I'm charging up all my... Here we go.
Oh, he's off again. Jesus Christ.
No, I toppled him. He's not going anywhere.
Oh, fuck. Stay down, motherfucker.
Yeah, and he's gonna keep going. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Is like you can try and like stop them when they're going away. You can like topple them and stuff, but they will just keep going. Oh, there's if I can get close enough. No, he's gonna pass it down. I could have dropped those boulders on him. But I was a little too far behind him for that. The lightning storm's kind of wild because you got these like big monsters over here. These like dinosaur-looking guys. And the ones with the big spikes, they will like take lightning strikes like a lightning rod. It's really kind of crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Where are you going, friend?
Yeah, seriously, he is getting out of here. Yeah, there's some good shit back here.
Is there a pitfall in the stream? Oh, I have a flash pod. Yeah, let me hit it. Come on, load it in. There we go. There we go.
Oh, and it needs a whetstone. Okay. Alright, here we go. Let's do...
Yeah, a good time to whetstone is when the monster is running away.
Yeah.
When we're on our sacreds, is like it's just like a good habit to get into. I need some pierce coatings. Oh, I have poison coatings on this one? Okay, alright. I'm gonna poison this guy.
Fuck yeah, you are. It's really fucked up that the well done version of the steak is the one that gives you the most health. Like, fuck that.
Yeah. Where's the medium rare?
The well done with ketchup steak.
Ugh. The only way I eat my steak. He's poisoned, I believe. There's about to be. This is a beefy.
Oh,
boy.
he's beefy. He's beefy.
And speaking of, put him down.
Speaking of beef, we just put some beef down.
The sandstorm.
Fuck yeah.
And for some reason, that stops the lightning storm.
I mean, been there. Well done. All right, Jesse, thank you, man.
Yeah, of course.
I think we'll. It's coming up on time, so I think that was a good place to end today's Monster Hunter
Yeah.
session. Any parting words on anything? I learned so much. Thank you. Like that was a game changer for information wise.
Yeah, of course.
Is there any parting tips you have?
Don't be discouraged as more things get introduced to you. I think this game like kind of hits you over the head with a lot of information, and I think there's a lot of information you can ignore to get through the story, and then as you start to become interested in the other parts of it, like you can kind of start to piece that stuff together on your own.
Sure.
Like honestly, like the hook of this game, the like fight monster, look at what new monster gives you like gear wise, and if you like it, craft it and be cool with it and move on, like is enough to get you through 90% of this game.
That's what I should focus on. Like
it's
don't get
really
distracted
easy
or,
to get bogged down with all the other stuff, and I genuinely think you can have an incredible 40 hours with this game and never once really worry about that stuff.
Sweet. Awesome. Cam asks, what's the past tense of beef? I think boof.
Boof. Yeah.
Beef that boof. Boof that beef, in fact. Okay, Jesse, thank you so much. We're going to do more trans Lifeline streams over the coming weeks and months, because something tells me we're going to need to keep supporting that very fucking marginalized group there. So please, everyone, take action in your day-to-day lives. Help out your trans friends. And you can always, keep donating money when you have it. So, it's an insurmountable future we're facing right now. But I think just if everyone puts in a little bit of work, we'll survive as best we can.
Don't underestimate the power of community.
100.
Your community.
And that is, it's all you got. It's all you have, clearly, because and no matter how much they try and dismantle those communities, and I'm sure there's some lesson in Monster Hunter regarding all of this, but we'll get to that on another stream. All right, Jesse, you have a great rest of your weekend. Everyone that's tuning in, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your weekend as well. Make sure you're following, subscribed, whatever we do here on YouTube, and we'll see you. We shall see you next time.
Later.